Hello everyone, welcome to Summon Up Plays! Ace Attorney Trilogy episode 65. What was I doing before? I have to go do Cyclops, and we were still trying to sort of figure out some more information, I think. But I already talked to everybody about everything. So Matt's Cyclops is undoable right now. Damn, I got tons of dirt on my controller. I was playing Bloodstained until like 3 in the morning. Dude, that game's so good. It's so addicting. Alright. I'm going to the detention center. We gotta try Adrian Andrews again. Cause she only has one lock. We should be able to get it. Please save. Like, perhaps I can present you with some things that will reveal some stuff. You know about this stuffed bear? No. You know about this picture card? It was near Juan's dead body. I noticed it when I went to fill the glass. And then when I realized that Juan was dead, I completely panicked. That's when I must have unconsciously picked this card up and put it into my pocket. As for why, I simply don't know. Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright, lady. Do you know John Doe? I'd like to ask you about this. No, you trifling matter. Yeah, alright. There's nothing. What do you say about Miles? I mean, he pretty much said he didn't care if you killed yourself. I just wondered if you had any sort of words about that. No? Okay. Come on now. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engarde for the murder? I've already told you, it's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason. You said revenge. Taking revenge on something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. It's Celeste Impacts! Oh my god, it actually worked. Celeste. There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is Miss Impacts' suicide. But we don't know how that's related to Matt yet, so we're just bluffing right now. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engarde, it would mean that he must have had... Oh, we already did this, and then I couldn't figure it out at this point. Damn. This relation between Celeste and Matt. I bet... Dude, I bet they had some kind of affair or something. Like, I straight up bet. Hashtag bet. But there's no... There's no... Nothing. There's nothing! There is nothing! Why, let me just show you Matt Engarde's profile. That's it? Yeah, exactly. Yes? And what sort of relation is that supposed to explain? You know what, shut up. She first requests to see proof that your brain is wired correctly. Oh my god. You need evidence that clearly shows a connection between Miss Impacts and Mr. Engarde. But we don't have that! I don't understand what we're missing. I don't know why. I've been everywhere and talked to everybody. And you got nothing about the person who specifically told you not to say anything, huh? Miss Andrews? Oh, that was Pearl? Okay. That things have come to this. I have nothing left to say about that man. Not one word. But why? I think maybe we have to talk to Matt and present him some shit about Andrews and Celeste, perhaps. It's the only way. Did we ever present Celeste to you? One for manager, right? Celeste is Global Studios, and she ended up moving over. Some things, no one around knows, only the rumors. Yeah, alright. Alright, we're gonna do Matt. We're gonna do him so hard right now. Come on. Come on, Matt Engarde! We only were able to get halfway through your shit either, so. Andrews has to have the other pieces. If I present you with Adrian Andrews, I don't get it. Why would she want to frame me? I mean, I've never done anything to her, dude. Mr. Engarde sounds pretty sincere and he seems trustworthy. So I have to find out what Miss Andrews' real intentions are. Mr. Engarde? Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you, Yes, you do, though! Do you know John Doe? About this person, he's your butler, Mr. Doe, right? We met him at your mansion. Oh, yes, that's right. He's a pretty cool dude who can do lots of things. He takes real good care of me. Right. I don't know what to do. Tell me about yourself. Yeah, I'm such a handsome devil. Yeah. And I'm way good at sports. Karate, tennis, judo, soccer, football, hockey, fencing. Dude, it's no wonder I'm so popular. Yeah, you're also good at sitting in a jail cell, Mr. Popular. What are we supposed to do? What else can I present? You know, this is all stuff that just has to do with his Cyclops, so like that's not helpful. Tell me about this picture card. Kind of scared to show him the card. About this card, you ever seen the card? No, never saw the card. But is he gasping or was he just lying now? Like what's going on, man? Would that tell you about the suicide report? Yeah. Nothing. Dude, tell me what you know about. Could you please take a look at this? I can't think of anything to say about that. Just instant noodles, man. She was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Because of the suicide of the mentor she depended on, Adrian Andrews tried to follow her in an attempted suicide. Now the question is, who is Miss Andrews relying on now? Well, I would have thought Francisca von Karma. My impression of her has totally changed, pal. I wonder what she's doing right now. She's in a jail cell. We've been to see her like 8 times. I'm sure she's still being questioned. She sure got herself into quite a big mess trying to frame Mr. Engarde. She'll probably be spending the night at the detention center. Yeah, that's right. She's still at the detention center. God, that's just stupid. Tell me about Maya. I can't believe it. Maya getting kidnapped all because of this guy. I mean, what kind of person is the real murderer anyway? Maybe they're a big fan of Mr. Engarde? But the kidnapper's voice, he sounded like an old man to me. Tell me about Juan. Not a real fan of action shows or anything, but I know who Juan Carita and Matt Engarde are. Juan Carita, though, he's always just better shut up. Doesn't matter. Got nothing. You have nothing to help me with. How is this possible? How can you be such garbage? No, can't say anything about that. Say anything about the stuff there? That Engarde. What was he thinking? You mean setting the spy camera up in the victim's room? Yeah, and it was recording at the time of the murder too, pal. Don't you find that just a tad suspicious? Doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. I mean, don't mind me. I didn't mean it that way, pal. Then what way did you mean it? Oh yeah, all the same stuff. What do we have to do? What do we have to do? You got nothing to say. I'll tell you about the suicide report. You got nothing to say about the suicide report. About the crime photo. Nothing about the crime photo. Can you get Milada's camera back? No, you can't. What a hack. Tell me about that press conference ticket. You got nothing. Do I gotta Magatama you to get some goddamn relevant information? Magatama, 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 Magatama. Okay. There's only one person left who could possibly tell me anything at all. And it's not you. Or anybody here, because nobody is there. Come on, old bag, you gotta have something. Bug sweeper. Yo, did you find anything? I don't have anything to say, the delinquents like you. But we found a bug. I mean, you're here looking for bugs. You find no bug? You find any kind of bug? You don't have anything to say. It's just so hard to know if, like, we're supposed to fight through her stubbornness, or just the game is hinting at me that she don't know nothing. Please tell me about the victim. You don't tell me about the victim. Tell me about the Adrian Andrews. You got nothing to tell me about the Adrian Andrews. Tell me about John Doe. Shelly the Killer. You don't know Shelly the Killer. Tell me about yourself. You don't even have anything to say about yourself. I don't understand. Come on. Nobody's here. And as if you're the key. Oh, Pearl knows everything. Get out of here. Little girl, why are we dragging you along? There's only one thing to do now. And that's to try Matt Engarde one more time. Because maybe he gives me the piece of information that I need to do Adrian Andrews'. If he don't, we're having a bad time. It's really dumb that I can't save state in the middle of this. Yeah. No, you pay close attention to Mr. Kurita, because here's a stuffed bear. So it's very odd that a spy camera was found inside the bear. Oh, you broke one of my cyclops! Only 4 more to go! Person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was Matt Engarde. Come on, dude. Here's the proof. You have a receipt? And only 3 more to go. Okay, now I gotta pay attention again. Why are you looking at stuff like this? Sounds like lawyer talk. Hey, can we stop talking? Why'd you set up the camera? And what your secret is. The reason you hid this camera and filmed it in secret is because... Why? Could it be the suicide report? No, it wasn't the suicide report. Dude, how about you take that bear home with you and talk to it? Sorry, but no, I'm gonna find out what I know. The reason is because... you... are... you... The reason is... magazine clipping. Holy shit, it actually is that. Adrian Andrews? There was a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita were having secret meetings. Why would he give a shit about that? You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Kurita, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal. Isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer Dude, that kind of scandal? That's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stopped paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurita because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Kurita's room was... Okay, so it was a false flag? The real reason was so you could kill him. So I wouldn't have set it up in one's room, it would be in your office, dude. Huh? My office? Well, you're always saying really absurd things. It'd be like getting the Comedy Channel for free. And there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera was... because... it was to kill him. Alright, we're probably gonna, like, fail this, but then we'll just load and then we'll get there again. The real reason was because of this picture card. Aha! What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Yeah, I've made so many already. Mr. Matt Engarde, I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because you're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Kurita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Engarde. And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, That's what I thought, anyway. Mr. Engarde, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Oh my god. Dude, what the hell is this? How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Engarde. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really... So you are Shelley the Killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's... You're lying! What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera in? A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret? But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why? Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up and I can. Good enough an answer for you, little girl? Why? Why? Dude, Pearl, get the fuck out of here. This doesn't concern you at all anymore. Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Mr. Kurita had been able to give it, then Mr. Engarde's secret would have... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead? Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin, too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt Engarde. Aw, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurita, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Kurita! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Aw, but too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer, after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Aw, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya. You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. Dude, there's still a guard just like standing right there hearing all this shit. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you've finally found it. I assume that's... Oh, it's you, okay. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Wright, what are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy... No! We can't do that! That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth... Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was, and that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer. Matt Engarde, that man is really... Ugh. It doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard and acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? That's... You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Karm are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record, that's all. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty! I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that's why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Engarde's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself! I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yeah? This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is The Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Obvious! Dude, you guys are such fucking idiots. I can't do this anymore. Everybody's such a goddamn moron in this episode. Please keep in mind, you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. No! Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Meow. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission. Meow. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be. That cat, can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Engarde Mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah. Oh my god, guys, let's do it! Back to the hotel lobby, and back to the living room! Maya! Please answer us, Mystic Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape, assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it! That butler, all this time, he was the killer! He and Engarde were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Hey, look at the bear! Oh, it's a figurine of a bear! But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Figurine added to the court record. Oh, okay. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here. Ah, I'm sure that's for Shu. Do you think that this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth! Slam. Slam crash. Ugh! There's no one here! From the looks of this room, I would say this is Engarde's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals in a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. It's Engarde's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help? Mr. Nick, where's the power switch? Oh, I get it. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. Yeah, alright. Okay, dude. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime. was beamed here and recorded on tape. If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful. Damn, you don't say. A huge television and speakers loom largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say, I would die a Happy Samurai fan if I could see the nickels. Dude, stop being unreal. Yeah, that's what she'd say. Yeah, word for word, which is exactly what she said. Can't believe I just made a joke about. And then she says the. Oh my god, dude, the parallel thinking is insane, and I hate it. I can't read all the labels, but this is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like Engarde taped all of his own shows. There's a little door for Shu in this big door. I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out there. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time too, I'm sure. It's a very small table. I bet we could barely squeeze 3 pearls on there. But I wouldn't sit on a table to begin with, Mr. Nick. Yeah, alright. Alright, do we analyze this? No. Given the fact that there's nothing here... What a spacious sofa. I bet 10 pearls would fit on here. I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick. Why are you doing this right now? We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Inpax. With love, Celeste. Miss Inpax? You mean... Yes, Mr. Kurita's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Inpax be here in Mr. Engarde's mansion? And why does it say, with love? This might be a clue. Celeste's photo. Ah! What's wrong, Pearls? Please let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back! There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. What? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You'd better get Engarde a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever! I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for that helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. No! Mystic Maya! Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' Cyclock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your Cyclock. Cyclock? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Well, we can now. How this is going? Alright. Excuse me. And we're gonna break it flawlessly, which is gonna refill my influence gauge. So let's get it done! Exactly. Celeste had an affair with Matt Engarde, but then Matt probably, like, broke it off or something and revealed his true nature. In her past, to make her take revenge, that'll be Celeste. Yeah, Celeste was one's manager, the relation. Oh, I'll show you the relation! This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engarde's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Oh yeah, back to full. That's what I'm talking about, fellas. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Kurita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. But because of Mr. Engarde? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why... With Love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible! Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened. But then why did Mr. Kurita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impax. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed one's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation, or with what I know now. Oh my god, we're actually ending on to be continued. Perfect. That's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.